Don't forget to check us out on Patreon, where you'll receive exclusive content to videos that are not available on YouTube. And for those of you that like the one video instead of the 2 video format, you get that as well.
Bam.
For $1.
Bam.
It's $1 a month.
Yep. I think we're cooler than a bag of Cheetos.
You can't even get that for $1.
Hey, that's true. Not hot Cheetos, though. Only like regular Cheetos.
So check us out on Patreon, guys. We hope to see you there. What's up, guys? Back with another one. I'm Ryan, my man, George.
Shane, guys, how y'all living, man? Shout out to the free thinkers, of course.
Yeah, man. So Grunge-ish Marathon is continuing on here with the ish, right? You know, with Silverchair.
Silverchair, man.
Tomorrow.
So you guys, a couple people in the comments said that they were from Australia, and then we looked in the wiki, and we did confirm that. Yeah, so Silverchair's from Australia. So I don't know if this is for a lot of you going to satisfy the ish factor, or or there may be people that think, nah, fuck that. Whether from Seattle or California or Australia, it doesn't matter. They're grunge. They embody the grunge sound. I don't know, but we got the ish there for that reason. So Silverchair is an Australian rock band, and they formed in '92. And it looks like the group got their big break in '94 when they won a national demo competition conducted by SBS TV. I guess that's a TV show there in Australia. Nomad, ABC radio station. Maybe not in Australia, I'm not sure. The band was signed by Murmur and were successful in Australia and internationally. Silverchair won more ARIA Music Awards than any other artist in history, with 21 wins from 49 nominations. They also received 6 APRA awards, with Johns winning 3 songwriting awards in 2008. All 5 of their studio albums debuted at #1 on the ARIA albums chart. You know what I mean? So they had some success, man. Silverchair's alternative rock sound evolved throughout their career, differing styles on specific albums, growing more ambitious over the years, from grunge on their debut to more recent work, displaying the orchestral and art rock influences.
So kind of like they started off with the grunge kind of sound and kind of morphed into different alternative rock and things like that.
Yep, there we go. Now art rock, which is, what the fuck is art rock? Art rock is a subgenre of rock music that generally reflects a challenging or avant-garde approach to rock, which makes use of modernist, experimental, or isn't that prog to me? Isn't that prog? That's like prog. Anyways, never mind. So yeah, I mean, that was just kind of like a quick breakdown of the group. Had some success. A lot of you in the comments said that they had a pretty decent impact there in the grunge scene. But a lot of you said that Silverchair, they were like really young when they made this album, Frog Stomp is what it's called, which is what Tomorrow was on. You guys said that they were like teenagers or something like that. That's crazy. Which is interesting. So that's dope though. Yeah. To be a teenager and have this
kind of impact, that's crazy.
Living it, boy.
Yeah, man, that's cool.
They had all the Gushers and Cheetos that one teenager could dream of.
Get out of here, man. I'm sure they were drinking their ass off.
They was on some other shit.
They were the exception.
I'm sure.
What is the legal drinking age in Australia?
That's true. That's a good question.
You know what I'm saying? It may be 16 or some shit.
That's true.
Yeah, who knows?
All right, cool. Anyways, we digress. Let's get it. So this is interesting because this is outside of the Seattle scene. So we'll kind of listen to see if we hear some differences or something interesting outside of the bands that came from Seattle. When we hear the music, we'll see.
Yeah, man.
Let's get into it though, man.
Let's do it. I'm excited, man. This is different.
Yeah, let's do it. Silverchair Tomorrow.
It's 12 o'clock and it's a wonderful day. I know you hate me, but I'll ask anyway. Won't you come with me to a place in a little town? The only way to get there is to go straight down. There's no bathroom and there is no sink. The water out of the tap is very hard to drink. Very hard to drink.
Yeah, okay.
reminds me of that. Yeah. Remember the
He always
Stone-
cuts me off in the middle of the
Sorry.
group. No, it's all good. Remember what?
Stone, because I don't want to forget this shit.
Yeah.
Stone Temple Pilots, that song Plush that we did. Check that video out if
Okay.
you guys haven't checked. And
That's what that reminds me. Yeah,
When it that's very grunge.
Yep.
Grunge-ish. You know what I mean? That sort of like pause, and then the heavy riff that comes in that brings it up.
Yep.
That's a very grunge-like thing that I've heard in a lot of bands. You know what I mean? I saw that exemplified in Plush. And I've seen that in many grunge songs.
Yeah,
I've
absolutely.
heard that rather in many grunge songs. So
And that's a great point, man. One of the things I really want to say, though, I don't know if you guys noticed that we're like, boom, 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 that boom, 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 whatever the fuck that's called. I like the way that rounds out the song. I love the way that just the only word that comes to mind is rounding out that sound, the song. You know, it sounds like it flows very easily, you know? So I love those little...
Sort of a logical piece to the flow. Of
Right.
the
So
song,
I
you know
love
what
those little boom, 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 those little nuances are so important, man.
Yeah,
And I think they're
100%
killing
agree.
this, dude.
I actually like the way this sounds, but there are times when reading the wiki can save some bands from getting this work. And what I mean by getting this work is getting this criticism. You know what I'm saying? Because the vocals in this are a little rough, but when I factor in that they were so
15
young,
or 14 or whatever they were, you know?
so it's almost like, wow, I'm really impressed that some 15-year-olds can come up with this. But if it was a straight up, like, no wiki, no nothing, there's certain things that I probably would be harping on a little bit more. But I think even still, even if I didn't know anything about the wiki, the way this sounds, I think they killed it.
Yeah.
I think they really...
Musically, I'm loving it.
They really embodied, to me, this is definitely sounds like a grunge
Yes,
song.
it does.
Sorry. You know
It
what I mean?
does, man.
Whatever that means.
Love that.
So let's keep it going.
You say that money isn't everything, but I'd like to see you live without it.
Exactly.
You think you can keep on going, living like a king? Ooh, babe, what a strongly doubt it.
Okay.
Very hard to dream.
I can see how a lot of people like this, though, man.
Very hard to dream. You're gonna wait till bad boy, wait till tomorrow. You're gonna wait till bad boy, wait till tomorrow. Wait till
It's on.
You're gonna wait till bad boy, wait till tomorrow. You're gonna wait till bad boy, wait till
Okay. They rocked.
That did rock.
They did rock, though.
I could listen to that shit over and over
Yeah.
and over and over again. Seriously.
Good riffs. Yeah, they rock.
Yeah.
Straight up. And even though I think, and the thing about grunge, man, is it's sort of the roughness and
Yep.
the sort of
dirty.
the
It's
dirty.
it's
You know what I mean? Exactly.
underground almost. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's what we were saying, guys. I don't know if you heard us. I was telling George that I can imagine them in their garage just playing
Rocking.
this shit and be like, this shit is just
Yeah.
raw and it's just fire.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
I really like that.
Yeah, 15-year-old kids doing their thing, man. So yeah, even within some of those pitchy parts, I feel like in the vocals, man, I think it just works with
Yep.
how dirty and raw this feels, man. And I just think, yeah, they killed the riffs. The musicianship
Yeah.
was good. The chorus was catchy. You know what I
Yep.
mean? It just the soaring sort of grunge, somber. It's like somber soaring vocals that I feel like is a constant sort of. It's just a constant
Yep.
in grunge. I love that, man. Even
too.
even in the Alive Pearl Jam,
Yep.
that it's soaring, but it's almost it's sobering in a
Yeah,
way, right?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this sort of this somber feel
Yeah.
to it. But I love it though. You know what I mean? So it works. I'm looking at the lyrics. And when he's saying, so throughout the lyrics, I guess he's talking about some place in a small town, and he's just saying, there's no bathroom, no sink, the water is out the tap, it's very hard to drink. He said that in the first verse, and in the second verse, he said, you say that money isn't everything, but I'd like to see you live without it.
Exactly.
Right?
That was
So-
the hardest line of the whole verse, the whole song.
Talk to him, Ryan. Talk to
That's
him.
the
about
hardest in the whole song.
it. So to me, it almost feels like this is going against the posers in the grunge scene. Because I'm thinking of the grunge scene and I'm thinking of kids, and a lot of people in the comments were saying like flannel. I forgot who said that. Shout out to whoever said this on Patreon. They were like, yeah, I remember when grunge came around, $5 flannel shirts ended up being $80 at Hot Topic or whatever the case
Yeah.
may be. Then it became sort of this fad, right? And then it kind of, that was almost like the beginning of the end of the realness of grunge. So I think that this song to me is calling out those people. It's almost like, oh, you think that you're just, you're living this grunge life. You're privileged, A.
Yeah.
And so you want to get to some real shit? Let me show you some real shit. I'm going to take you to this town, no water and this and that. Can you still have a good time and vibe with what this is supposed to be about without having these sort of luxuries? So I think it's kind of like a shot at privileged kids.
Like, nah, I'll just wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't get in on that. I'll wait till tomorrow.
Yeah. But he's saying tomorrow I'm gonna take you there. So
Yeah.
wait till tomorrow. Let me take you to this bullshit ass town. This fucking in the middle of nowhere with dirty ass couches and
Yeah.
shit like that. Let's see if you're really about this life, is what it sounds like. I could be
Yeah.
off, but that's kind of how I feel like the water is he said fat boy. So fat boy meaning you're this sort of gluttonous, spoiled little, rich kid. You know what I mean? So you're just posing, man. You're faking it. You're not really about this life. So that's just how I'm taking the song,
Okay.
man. Yeah, man. Good.
Good song all the way
Good
around,
song.
right?
I'm gonna get out a playlist. That's playlist. I'm gonna see if how that rocks in the whip.
how that's if it stays on there.
Yeah, see if it
on the
stays. Let's
playlist.
see how that rocks. But I think it's good enough to make the playlist and rock out to.
Yeah, I could listen to that all day long, man. I said that at the end of the video, man. That shit rocked out to me. I really love the chorus of that. I love those long, powerful riffs. That's my shit right there. And again, the little nuances that da na 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 da na na na. Well, it to me, I know that's not necessarily called a transition in music, but to me, I kind of feel like those little things just round out the song, and it transitions you into another part of the chorus to me. You know what I mean? And I think those little pauses and those little
Makes such a difference.
Yeah, you really need that for me. For me, it really gets me. It gives me an emotional feeling when I hear that. I'm like, yeah, that's just super cool the way that they did that. And I feel like not every song and not every band can bring that shit to life the way that certain bands do. And for these kids to be, because they were kids at the time, for them to be young and be able to do this at this level, dude, that's incredible, man. I could, like I said, I can just imagine them in their garage or something making that. I'd be like, have my little drink and shit, be like, yeah, y'all got that shit on this one. This was hot as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Turn
Like,
it down though, if you can. Turn that shit down though.
So I enjoyed that a lot, man, and I could really jam that out. So that's playlist for me, man, and hopefully
good song.
stay list for me as well. So
Good song, man. I got a quick question for our metal historians or grunge rock historians, whatever. I've read here because guys, just so you know, we do check out articles and we try to get outside of what we see on Patreon because we know that everyone has their own opinion and everything, but we also try to check out articles as well from publications just to get a better feel for just the scene. And I was reading some article, and I'm sorry, I wish I could shout it out. I forgot. From some website, and they were saying that a lot of people look at grunge, that era ending, kind of like pretty much the ending being 94 after Kurt Cobain died in 94. That was kind of like the ending of it, and you had sprinkles of the real feeling of grunge after
Right.
that. But for the most part, that was kind of the beginning of
That was
the end.
that was the decline there.
This album came out in 95, right? So this to me is probably one of those sprinkles. It sounds like one of those, like, after, if that's the case, if you guys agree with that for the most part, that grunge started to kind of go downhill after 94, this is one of those sprinkles that still kind of showed life of it.
And you know what I love about that one last little tidbit, man, is I'm looking at the members here, and I'm looking at the engineering and the mastering and stuff like that. It's very, very minute. It's very, very small. So, and it sound that way to me. It sound very grungeous, dirty, and very, like, not necessarily glamorous and polished. It didn't really sound that way, which is what I loved about it. You know what I mean?
And that's what grunge, that's what a lot of what it is, man. It's that, like they said, when we read it in the beginning, when on that long ass intro we had on Fellow Boy Days, that's what it was. Like, a lot of these bands couldn't afford to get it
And I love
polished and clean,
Love
right?
it.
So it essentially ended up being the foundation for the sound that really ended up taking over the early 90s, man. So salute to them, man.
Yeah,
salute to
dude.
everybody that requested that one. That was a good listen.
That was fun, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I found a little jewel, man.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the end of the video, guys. If you enjoyed that, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also, guys, check out our Patreon channel if you're interested. The link for that will be in the description. It will allow you to get exclusive access to our content.
Yes, sir.
I'm George. That's Ryan. Lost in Vegas.
We out.
We're out.